What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you probably already know the cheating problem in Call of Duty is at an all-time high. I mean, it's pretty much the hottest topic within the community right now. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's exposing clips, footage. People are live streaming with cheats 24/7. Nobody's getting banned. Tons of people are getting false shadow banned all around. It's a really bad time in Call of Duty, but boy, oh boy, when I tell you guys the information I'm about to tell you today, you might not want to go ahead and touch Call of Duty for quite some time. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep, if you are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time, and sometimes we do have some double uploads on the rare occurrence. So, like I said, hit that bell so you can stay notified. And last but not least, we do go ahead and stream on Kick pretty much daily as well besides Sundays. So by all means, if you guys want to see any of my live streams or hop into the lobbies, because we do host open lobbies every single time we go live, you can find a link to my Kick channel down in the description of this video. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, if you watched my video from the other day, you already know, about the video that Caps Locks put up on his channel, showcasing how easy it is to go ahead and hide cheats when it comes to current day Call of Duty. Now, of course, there is a fine line because I do believe that people, overly accuse people of cheating every single time they lose a gunfight. But there's no way you can deny the facts that cheating is definitely something that is, very relevant in current day gaming, modern day gaming, I guess I should say. Pretty much everybody uses them across the board because they're so accessible. It's actually wild to see the numbers and how much money these companies pull in. Sometimes I think to myself, it's no way that there's any cheaters in my lobby. But then you see that they make millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And with those figures, it's like, well, I mean, shoot, there must be a cheater in every other lobby at that point, But again, it gets worse. From just the point of cheaters being able to hide the cheats and be able to make sure that they're not detected. And, they turn off when Ricochet detects them. And, if someone wants a live cam and see it on the screen, they can find ways to, mess with them so the cheats don't, show up so others can see, so on and so forth. It gets so much worse. As you can see right here from its hoppa, this is very, very bad if true. Cheaters have allegedly gained access to developer tools within Call of Duty and can activate bans and shadow bans on other players in their lobbies with the simple click of a button. And as you can see right here, basically showcasing what it would actually look like, being able to just load up a player's name and you can go ahead and do pretty much whatever you want to this individual. But ladies and gentlemen, this whole situation is giving me massive flashbacks. Was it Black Ops Cold War that this happened in, where people are getting falsely banned for logging into the game for some strange reason? Which Call of Duty game was that? It was one of the Call of Duty games. It's giving me such a flashback. But here we are current day, and it's not because of, a server malfunction or something. No, it's because cheaters are now gaining access to dev tools. This is just getting completely out of hand, in my personal opinion. And the fact that we can even get to this point with cheat software is absolutely absurd. There's no excuse for this whatsoever. No other game has to deal with this type of stuff. This right here is what you would see in a classic game that isn't being supported anymore. Games like Call of Duty 4 through like Black Ops 2, even like, Ghost and the Jetpack COD and all the OG stuff. This is the type of stuff that you would see. I've had one of my friends deranked to a certain point where it wouldn't even allow him to get into the game of World at War because he's not a recognizable level. The fact that he was below level 1 made the game not register him and he couldn't get into the multiplayer experience. Those classic games, anything, absolutely anything can happen. It's literally the wild, wild west. But I kind of understand it, even though it absolutely sucks and I wish it wasn't that way. I understand it because the game isn't supported as much. But going to a current Call of Duty game, the most recent title, the one that just dropped, the one that is getting all of the support, it's not acceptable, if you ask me at least, for cheats to be the equivalent of a game from back in the day. This is completely out of control now. No other game deals with this. Even some of the indie developed games that don't have the most insane anti-cheat still have a better, more well-polished off experience than Call of Duty does. If cheaters can get dev tools in COD, then what's next? What is the next possibility that they can do here? And I obviously get it. They're going to go ahead and, work around it, and the anti-cheat will eventually be able to counter this, and, then the cheaters will go ahead and go behind the scenes and counter it again. I totally 1010% get the whole, anti-cheat battle. Don't go down in the comment section and waste your time about it. I get how it goes. I know it's like a ring around the rosy for these people, and it's just tedious. The point still stands. Regardless of how much dancing these guys got to do here behind the scenes with one another, they're able to get to just an unbelievable level when it comes to cheats. I appreciate that they're going to go ahead and counter it at some point in time. But just the possibility that they were able to get to this point is absolutely unacceptable in every possible way. In my personal opinion, if they're not an official developer, if their account isn't flagged by, being a dev, they should instantly be banned if they have a dev tool, right? You would think that would be logical, Because all of these other guys, if you're a dev over at Activision or one of the studios, you get clan tags, you get calling cards, so on and so forth. There has to be something in the system that registers that you work with them, right? 1010%. So it should instantly know that that person is not registered in their system and boot them out and ban them for life if they open up a dev tool. But no, not even in the slightest. This right here is a prime example of the worst anti-cheat you'll ever witness in your whole freaking life. Like I just said, indie games have better anti-cheat than Call of Duty, and indie games don't even have the budget that COD has. Think of that for a second. Call of Duty makes millions, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, okay? And they won't even cough up money for a better anti-cheat than an indie developer. What's the actual point? With all honesty, this is probably a good thing. And hear me out. I know everybody's going to say, what? Cheaters are getting dev tools. How is this a good thing? This isn't logical. Hear me out. It's a good thing because maybe it'll open their freaking eyes and they will finally see that, this cheating problem is maybe a little bit more of a problem than they thought it was. And they shouldn't be investing money into an anti-cheat that's made for trolling people. They should more so be investing that money into an anti-cheat that will actually detect this BS and get it out of the game as soon as possible. And the only way that their eyes will be opened is if the cheating problem gets worse and worse and worse to the point where players just stop playing the game. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it because I know cheaters ruin the experience. But maybe it's good that they can ban people. Maybe it's good that they can shadow ban, because that would just get people to say, screw this. Why should I waste my time in COD? I spent $70 to $100 for a game, and there's literally people in the game that can ban my account that aren't even developers. Why waste my time? You know what I'm saying? That before, I guess it wasn't too crazy of a problem, even though people hate, aimbotters and wall hackers and stuff like that. They're still going to come back and play Call of Duty at the end of the day. But if someone has the power to ban or shadow ban you, they're not coming back. They're not going to go and play the game. You know what I'm saying? So maybe this is a good thing because, yeah, eventually these cheaters will go away. But for the time being, this will open up Activision's eyes and, hopefully allow them to see that Ricochet is absolute garbage and either needs to be severely improved or just dropped altogether. But ladies and gentlemen, my best, advice that I can give you guys right now, if you are still playing Call of Duty, because I know a lot of my viewers don't really play COD, they just watch my channel to keep up with all the news and information with Call of Duty in general, you know what I'm saying? Or just use me as the, the quote-unquote dummy, make me take the punches, and you guys kick back and relax. And hey, man, I'm down for it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of you guys might not even play this game, but for those who do play this game, I would suggest not even bothering logging back in. Seriously, if you literally run into a lobby with a cheater, which is very, very possible nowadays, you got to keep in mind, cheating is so easy to do in Call of Duty. Literally other games detect the cheat software before Call of Duty detects it. That's how embarrassing Ricochet is right now. So, if you don't risk the chance, just don't risk the chance. There's a lot of cheaters out there right now. They're probably in every other lobby. And the possibility of one of them having this tool right here to be able to either ban or shadow ban an individual is, it's not a risk worth taking, especially if you spend $70 to $100 on this game. And who knows when Activision would even bother unbanning you. You know how customer service is with them. They're horrible with it. They barely even get back to you. So, if they can't even get back to people who are getting shadow banned and falsely banned in the first place, what makes you think they're going to get back to people who are banned like this as well? It's going to be a whole process and a whole situation. Just don't even bother going through it. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell to be notified on more content just like this. And last but not least, I do go ahead and stream daily besides Sundays over on Kick. If you're interested, got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.